Wonderful morning to all gathered here. A loving word of hearty welcome from the heart is the sweetest thing of all things in life. A smile that radiates love to all the people around makes everyone happy. When hearts are free from gloom, no wonder smiles are in full bloom. With hearts full of happiness, we would like to garland you with sweet, loving words of welcome. On behalf of the Indian School Muscat family, I extend a hearty welcome to our chief guest, Colonel Emmanuel Puspel, Jew Mesnil, and Madame Lohans. And I also welcome our other esteemed guests and the august gathering. We begin the Blossom Investiture ceremony with the school prayer. Miss Meenakshi has trained the students for a prayer song. Kindly rise for the occasion. Kindly be seated.
ISEM, Indian School Muscat, is indeed privileged to have a person of such remarkable stature from the defense to be a part of the investiture ceremony, where the newly selected blossoms have to exhibit the highest conduct of discipline and good behavior.
Flowers are the music of the ground from earth's lips, spoken without sound. May I please call upon Mrs. Wali to accompany Shatragya and Dikshana for presenting a potted plant to our chief guest. I would also call upon Denny Biju and Muscat to kindly present the potted plant to Madame. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, children.
army as well as handled prestigious assignments of repute spanning for more than 3 decades. He started his career in the French army as early as 1984, being assigned as the platoon leader at the 6th Infantry Regiment, moving on to become the commando instructor at the National Commando Training Center at Montlouis. His interaction with this region started in 1999. He was associated with the scientific and technical higher military education in Egypt and Corporation Directorate of Security and Defense in Lebanon. He was also the instructor of the Senior Officer Training Course and was the desk officer both at the Joint School of Intelligence and Foreign Languages and the Directorate of Strategic Affairs. Very recently, he was the General Secretary for Military Administration. At present, he holds the prestigious post of the French Defense Attaché in the Sultanate of Oman. We would also like to share a few words about Madame Laurence. She enjoys cooking, traveling, reading, and keeping herself abreast with the world happenings. Thank you, Sir and Madame, for taking time off your busy schedule to be a source of inspiration and motivation to the young blossoms, the leaders of the future. Let's welcome our honored guest with a round loud of applause.
Before you become a leader, success is all about self-growth. But when you become a leader, success becomes a collective growth, that of yourself and of others. As is rightly said, leaders are the role models who inspire the followers and motivate them to reach the targets of success.
I'm sure all of you are very keen to know what Investiture ceremony is all about. A good leader inspires other men with confidence in him. A great leader inspires them with confidence in themselves, is a very famous quote and very apt for the occasion. The newly selected blossoms will be vested with responsibilities because not only are they talented in their respective fields, but they strongly believe in teamwork. Great teamwork is like a great piece of music. All the voices and instruments may be singing and playing at once, but they aren't competing. They blend together to create a whole new sound, and this is called synergy. As the academic session proceeds, we are sure these young leaders would be able to create an environment where you would get to see the wonderful byproducts of teamwork and synergy, that is building relationships. I once again extend a warm and hearty welcome to the Investiture ceremony.
We welcome our guests with a French song, Bonjour, Bonjour. The singers have been trained by Mr. Avinash Kumar Mathur.
This is not the
Thank you. Our students here have tried their best to give you a flavor of the French song. They may not have been equipped with proper pronunciation, but will surely learn over the passing years.
We have now something interesting for you. We are both going to tell you what qualities we look in a blossom. The word blossom is very synonymous to our Mother Nature. It is a synergy which nature exhibits. Be it the mango blossom in our own country, India, or the blossoming orchards in a series of paintings which the Dutch artist Vincent van Gogh executed in Arles in southern France.
You bloom into a blossom when you harbor in all the positive attributes of a good human being. We shall here make an attempt to spell it out for you, but the list of amazing qualities to each letter of the word is endless. We expect our blossoms to add on to the list with each good act.
B is for bright and beautiful in thoughts and words.
L here stands for love with whoever they interact.
The two OO link in the word speaks for them to do all things in an orderly fashion on what they embark.
The SS bond will always make them strive for what is good and encourage them to soulfully discharge their duties in a systematic manner.
The M is the most precious word because the M in the word will help them to rise to all occasions when the need arises, because M stands for my motherland. We now begin with the pinning of the batches ceremony. It's a solemn occasion. The 126 blossoms of the primary section will now be officially vested with their responsibilities. May I request our teachers, Mrs. Rajni, Mrs. Flora, Mrs. Judith, and Mrs. Carol to take their positions to accompany our honorable guests for the ceremony. We begin with standard 4A. Standard 4A is all set to take their honors, their badges. The first to come on the stage is Benedict Shaju. Followed by Rohit R. Third in line is Anshika Shah, Pahi Nevada, Arya Nair, Adi, and Abel Samsoni. May I request our principal, Mr. Srinivas K. Naidu, and Vice Principal, Mrs. Priya Murali, to accompany our chief guest to the stage and begin the ceremony. for doing the honors to our young leaders. May I request Principal Sir to be on the stage so that we can continue with the ceremony for Standard 4B. Standard 4B. First on the line, we have Anish, then it's Dincy, followed by Aishwarya, Donna, Piha, Varshini and Alan. May I request our Principal Sir to do the honors. Thank you, sir, for bringing the much-awaited smiles on the faces of the blossoms. Now, Standard 4C is all set to accept their responsibilities. We have Alan Lekna coming on the stage, followed by Stuti. Then we have Ahona, Avantika, Amulya and Ayush. May I request Vice Principal Senior Section, Mr. Deep Wilson, to motivate them further. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors to the little ones. We now move on to 4D. Leading the battalion, we have Kushi, Krishnan, Hannah and Ashika. May I request Vice Principal Pre-Primary Section, Mrs. Prema George, to encourage our little ones. Thank you, ma'am, for helping them feel the pride of the badge. We now move on to standard 4E. The first to come is Mohana. Followed by Aman, Harish, Saleha, Steve, and Josh, as well as Vetiba. May I request Assistant Vice Principal, Middle Section, Mr. Eskelin, to do the honors. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. These young leaders will be in your arena next year. We now move on to standard 4F. The first on the line to receive his badge is Om, followed by Kara. Then we have Fatima, Shraddha, Purvi, Lian, Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. We now move on to standard 4G. First on the line is Gayatri. Followed by Pradeep. Then we have Joel, Jessica, Rahul, Pavan and Punky. May I request Assistant Vice Principal, Primary Section, Mrs. Hema Menon, to do the honors. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. We now move on to standard 4H. Followed by Remy, Varshini, Hina, then we have Hannah, Manal and Joyce. May I request Head of Computer Science, Mrs. B.G. Sebastian, to do the honors. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. I think the parents can clap a little more. Yeah, that's nice. We now move on to Standard 4I. Heading her team is Rukaya, followed by Jocelyn. Then we have Nikita, Adil, Parvati, Shreya, and Ananya. May I request Student Councillor Dr. Benny Varghese to do the honors.
Thank you, sir. We have a young, energetic leaders of Standard 4J coming up on the stage. Sai Nikhil, Nikita, Arpita, Diya, Mahika, Aradhna, and Nihal. May I please request Mrs. Prashanti Suvarna, ISMG in charge, to do the honors. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have the students of 4K. Kirtana. Tadeen. Pearl. Atif. Yashvi. Sana. And Srinidhi. Please call upon Head of the Department, English, Primary Section, Mrs. Sri Priya Sundar, to do the honors. Thank you, ma'am. Next in line, we have the students of 4L, ready to take the mantle of responsibility. We have Govind, Shraddha, Akshara, Savi, Dhanishri, Sophia and Shreyash. May I please call upon Head of the Science Department, Primary Section, Mrs. Aplonia Joseph, to confer them with the badges. Thank you, ma'am. Next in line, we have the students of 4W. We have here Charan, Ved, Diksha, Jamila, Minal, Shayan, and Pranay. May I please call upon Head of the Department, Hindi, Primary Section, Mrs. Maya Barthare, to kindly do the honors. Thank you, ma'am. Leaders translate dream into reality. Here we have the young leaders of Standard 4X. Leading the line is Karthikeyan, Anila, Sabit, Srishti, Aditya, Smriti, and Aryan. May I please call upon Head of the Department, Social Studies, Primary Section, Mrs. Sri Vidya Ramkumar, to do the honors. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have the students of 4O. ready to be vested, officially vested with the responsibility badge. We have here Tanisha, Sanjana, Mohammad Affan, Mohammad Furkan, Chris Philip, Ankita, and Akshani. May I please request Head of the Department, Maths, Primary Section, Mrs. Suparna Banerjee, to kindly motivate them. Thank you, ma'am. Next in line, we have the students of 4P. Darren, Harinand, Jovita, Anshika, Rupashri, Alan, and Adrian. May I please, I'm sorry. May I please call upon Mrs. Meera Verma, one of our senior Hindi teachers, to do the honors, please. Thank you, ma'am. We now have the students of 4Q. We have Quincy, Parvanendu, Ram, Satyatej, Gauri, Riya Shoji, and Riya. please request Mrs. Chetali Bhattacharya, one of our senior most dance teachers, to kindly do the honors. Thank you, ma'am. Last but not the least, we have the students of 4R. Leading the line is Amrita, followed by Prakriti, Ahmed, Adil, Yash, Amla, and Vedashri. May I please call upon Mrs. Sandra Candice, one of our very senior teachers, to confer them with the responsibility badge. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all the newly appointed blossoms. Can we please hear it for them? Thank you. Dear August gathering, You will now witness the much anticipated oath-taking ceremony performed by the blossoms who will take their oath of office with the promise that they would carry out their duties with integrity, faith, and excellence. May I request our principal, Mr. Srinivas K. Naidu, to lead our blossoms in the oath-taking ceremony. May I also please request Vice Principal, Primary Section, Mrs. Priya Murli, to accompany him to the stage.
Blossoms, come here on your free will to accept the honor and the responsibility the school confers upon you. As the head of this esteemed institution, I shall now administer the oath of office. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. We solemnly pledge to discharge our duties loyally and faithfully to the best of our abilities for the glory and honor of our institution. We shall try to serve with honor and uphold the traditions of this institution and live up to the trust placed on us. So help us, Lord.
Thank you, sir. May I request the Blossom representatives, Ms. Aradhana, Master Aman, and Ms. Purvi, to take the pledge on behalf of all the Blossoms gathered here.
The blossoms of Indian School Muscat solemnly pledge to serve the school faithfully and loyally to the best of our ability. We will uphold the good name of the school and be role models for the other students in the school. May God bless us and help us to work for the glory and honor of our esteemed institution. Thank you.
Thank you, Blossoms. Now, I'm sure all the 126 Blossoms are all ready to take their responsibilities. The song to be rendered now holds the blessings for all our dear Blossoms who are all ready to take up their responsibilities with a lot of zeal and enthusiasm. I'm sure you can see the positive sparks in their eyes. The singers have been trained by Mrs. R3 D and Mr. Thampi.
There shall be showers of blessing
That was truly beautiful. Thank you. Before our young leaders begin their new role, we seek God Almighty's blessings to give them strength and guidance. May I please call upon Mrs. Priya Murli, Vice Principal, Primary Section, to read out the prayer and extend her good wishes to the Blossoms.
Lord, our blossoms stand before you to pray for your blessings upon them and their work. We pray that each one of them will do their duty as a mark of their service to mankind. Help them to maintain the honor of our school by always doing the right thing at the right time. Help them to discharge their duties with love, care, and dedication. Help them to be of service to others. We thank you, God, for your grace and for all your blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your blessings. May I now request our chief guest, Colonel Emmanuel Cuspel Jew Mesnil, to address the gathering. He'll be accompanied to the stage by Principal Sir Mr. Srinivas K. Naidu and Vice Principal Ma'am Mrs. Priya Murali.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank a lot Mr. Naidu and all the team in the school for this outstanding invitation. The first thing I have to disclose to you, I am absolutely surprised by the high level of quality that I have seen this morning. I just want to adjust what has been said upon me. Previously, I was a kid, a bad kid. I was not an example because I began my childhood as a very lazy boy. And afterwards, I tried to make up the gap. This is for me a very great honor to be present and to attend this ceremony as a chief guest. Because recently, France was the guest of honor for the last Indian Republic Day. A French military unit opened the march last January in Delhi, and it was a real great honor for the French Republic. It is also a good opportunity to remind to you that India is always a great symbol for France. France, which is a small country when we compare the size to the size of Republic of India, but we have a very old a very old past and very strong traditions. And for sure, we are very, very careful to maintain that. It is also for the Blossoms a great honor to congratulate all of you for this ceremony, for this award. And it is also a great honor for me to address your parents. If you are Blossoms today, you owe that to the education you have received from your parents. And you don't have to forget that. You must go on this way. They are paying a lot of energy for you. And take care, because today you've got the award, but behind yourself there are, maybe, I am sure of it, some other children who will work hard to get honored next time. Be careful about how you will behave as Blossoms. It's important. Being honored today will require some duties. You have now to be examples. Don't forget also that you have to pay a lot of effort because you are at school. Today, it is a real chance to attain an education. Don't forget that. Maybe you have dreams, but keep that in mind. You are the dreams of your parents. And please, try to fulfill your parents' dreams. Thanks to your efforts, thanks to your behavior, you will get results and achievements. And this is the most important. In the future, you will found and create families, and your concern will be how to provide the best education as possible to your future children. And the sentence my father used to tell me previously was very simple and very, very true. If you do not work until the age of 25, you will have a bad job during your whole life. It is important. You have to work hard to prepare your happiness. You have to work to fulfill your parents' confidence. But you have to also to work because you have got the opportunity to be educated, to contribute to the future of your country. India is a very strong symbol. Maybe the most populated country in the world. It is for sure one of the oldest civilizations in the world, but India is also one of the youngest civilizations in the world, one of the youngest population. You will have to meet and to fulfill strong opportunities. Don't forget, when you will get the whole responsibility of your destiny, that you will have also to show and extend some indirect reconnaissance toward those who were not at the same position of you, taking advantage of the same opportunities. It is one of your duty next time as an adult with a high level of responsibility to provide help to those who were less lucky than you. Don't forget to share with your neighbor. And at last, since you have promoted this invitation, don't forget to learn French. Don't forget to take advantage to exchange some cultural links with another country. Currently, we are developing a lot of high-level program of cooperation, and France is fully open to you. Don't forget the chance and the luck that you have been educated in this school, the Indian school in Muscat. I am completely impressed by the high level of team spirit I have seen today. Remain confident in your future and don't forget your neighbors. That is my last word, and I wish you an excellent year in this school. And I just want to say God bless His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, God bless the Sultanate of Oman, and God bless the Republic of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Your presence has greatly motivated our young leaders. Your words of wisdom and praise have boosted them. And we all agree France is a beautiful country, the natural beauty, the French cuisine, and the French pastries. Thank you, sir. And we all agree a good beginning is a blessing of heaven. May I now request Colonel Sridhar Chitale, Acting President, School Management Committee, Indian School Muscat, to join the stage. He will be accompanied by Head of the Department Maths, Mrs. Suparna, and Head of the Department English, Mrs. Sri Priya. May I now request Madam to come to the stage and join everyone. She will be accompanied by our AVP, Mrs. Hema Menon, and Mrs. Prashanti, in charge Gubra School.
He may have started the school. Yes. He may have started principal. Yes. I was simple. I wanted to ask you when they were coding. Then we started. We are in the kingdom.
Indian School Muscat feels privileged to present a memento to our chief guest. Thank you, sir. Indian School Muscat feels equally privileged to present a traditional Indian shawl to Madam. Thank you, ma'am. May I request Assistant Vice Principal, Primary Section, Mrs. Hema Menon, to extend the vote of thanks.
Good morning. On this auspicious morning, gratitude creates the most wonderful feeling. An attitude of gratitude brings great things. We all know no man is an island. When we achieve, we usually do so because others have helped. So I deem it a great honor and privilege to stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks. Honorable Chief Guests of the day, Mr. and Mrs. Emmanuel, on behalf of Indian School Muscat, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks for your esteemed presence and encouragement. Respected Sir and Madam, we are indeed grateful for the gift of your time, the honor of your presence, and sharing your vision with our young student leaders. I would like to acknowledge my gratitude to the members of our School Management Committee for gracing this occasion. Today, the deserving young talents of the primary section are bestowed with the responsibility of leading the primary section from the front. For this to take shape today, we were led by a dynamic personality who's none other than our principal, Mr. Srinivas K. Naidu. Sir, you have been a source of strength to us through your ethical leadership and support. Thank you, sir. This is a prestigious occasion. This event has been possible with the immense support and selfless efforts of a person who believes leadership is practiced not in words, but in attitude and in actions. She is the Vice Principal of our primary section, Mrs. Priya Murli. Thank you, Madam, for your relentless support always. I wish to acknowledge the contributions of all the teachers of our primary section who have worked extremely hard in the foreground and background to bring color to this ceremony. May I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the Vice Principal of Senior Section, Mr. Deep Wilson, Assistant Vice Principals, and other members of the teaching faculty for being a part of this function. I wish to accord my sincere thanks to all the students of primary section who rendered a helping hand in performing various duties today to make this function a memorable one. Moving forward, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record a hearty thanks to the team led by our Operations Manager, Mr. Satish Kumar, and Assistant Operations Manager, Mr. Prakash, for the perfect logistic support extended to us for this prestigious ceremony. Further, we are grateful to all the parents for their excellent cooperation extended to us at all times. Thank you, dear parents, for being with us. I end with the words of John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader, unquote. Indeed, the words are true. Heartiest congratulations to our newly elected blossoms, there you go. You're all the leaders of our primary section. Thank you all for being with us. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I please request everyone here to kindly rise for the school anthem. Thank you, one and all.